Hi, it's your girl Elizabeth Adela Oshodi. I just wanted to show my heartfelt empathy for the people going through immigrational issues right now. It's a different America. I never thought this would come, but yes, it's here. It's upon those that are going through what they're going through. And as a citizen, if you are broke, can't pay your bills, going through stuff, you have 1 point. If you have been ungrateful enough not to appreciate the major 1 point, which is you can breathe, you have another added point to thank God for, that you have your papers. 2 days ago, a third grader committed suicide here in America because she was aware that they don't have papers, and when she got to school, she got into a fight with one of the classmates that was mocking her that they would deport the parents home and she will be lost en route somewhere. She got home and she killed herself, a young Spanish girl. It's that serious. It is not a joke. If you are in America and you don't have your papers, to buy anywhere, Lord won't tell you alone, yummy. Particular come. I know I could easily say, so where sílẹ̀ máa lọ fi ṣe nǹkan lé. Tọ́jú owó ẹ̀. Tó bá ṣe pàápàá, look for one of your grown friends or children or somehow mi mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Bóyá kò dẹ̀ máa kó 1/4 of it direct to your account ni. I don't know what you're going to do. But ojú ajá ń ṣẹ̀jẹ̀. Wọ́n ti fún wọn láṣẹ, it's official, wọ́n lè kanlẹ̀kùnlé ẹ̀ anytime, wọ́n lè pick her up from anywhere. Owó lọ́ọ̀yà l'Amẹ́ríkà dẹ̀ lé. Àwọn tó jẹ́ Americans pàápàá wọ́n take 2-3 days fún wọn láti clear ara wọn. Tó bá fi ID wọn láwọn ò believe ẹ̀. A ní kó wá lọ jẹ́wọ́ ní ọ́fíìsì àwọn account tó lè verify. So if they knock on your door, tó bá kanlẹ̀kùn ẹ̀, ẹ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ rí warrant. That is the 4th Amendment. You have a right to ask for a court judge signed warrant. Okay? And even with that, you have a right not to answer. But America is so different and difficult. Dẹ̀ ní kíṣẹ́ pọ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń kó lọ́lé yìí, menial jobs no man ṣe, wọn kì í ṣe high-class jobs. So it hasn't really helped the economy in any way. Instead, it's making all their farms go barren, making things go high because the menial workers have been picked up, are afraid to come out of their houses. I mean, it's one thing to be afraid on the streets. Now they have the okay to go into houses, to knock on doors. I don't know where we have that celebratory time in America, especially if you're a foreigner. The people are going through a lot. I know people will celebrate, please don't get me wrong, but everything should be done in modesty. It should be done in modesty. People are going through a lot. The economy is bad, and like myself, I'm jobless. I haven't been able to find work since December the 15th. So if you're in the Houston area, job, behavioral health work as a registered nurse. But the process, I keep talking about this on the podcast. Average employment is between 2 to 3 months. People will say, Owo know that most payment in America and see is just about to pay the bills because inflation is high and promotion and bonuses are low. Houston is the cheapest state of all. RN bagmo to ba ma share sinu mo ocean by $25 to California and some 60. So just being in America is not the issue. It's the geographical space. And that doesn't mean we want groceries or some other things were cheaper. The groceries cost the same way. The same thing. The only thing to yatoni are governmental agency charges, be it traffic ticket. Toba cost any $715 in California. Only cost any $215 by. Things like that. But illegal equates econo. There's hardly any decent housing to Marimbi by insane to 1 bedroom close to 12 to 1,500. I mean, there are some to what 25, 30, 3,000 downtown. That's for the big shots. But average, she running 500. Surely room in a house, lo marry for 500. Only running 800. Let's say 800. Oh, ni like it bit of Ìwọ gan wà máa ṣọ́ ìta èkó tó jáde nílé láàárọ̀ ni. It's a very dangerous area, no matter what. So to rent a nice, decent 1-bedroom in Houston, Moshe man sọ pé Houston cheap tó láyé ìgbà yẹn kò cheap mọ́. You will have at least 1,100 to live in one that you will be proud of, safe in, and be able to say hello to your neighbors. So please, these are very sensitive times. Ẹ má fojú di o. Nǹkan tí mo tún ṣe change sí Yorùbá ni pé àfojúdi yín pọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Yorùbá. Àfojúdi yín pọ̀. Put the precautions in place. Oh, bá lọ sùn church. In fact, they go into churches to arrest people. They go into nursery schools to see if those children are valid. They go into hospitals to arrest people on top of sick beds. They're vicious. So these are very sensitive times. It is well. But yeah, the mawa beshi mama taja online. Mi ò mọ̀ bẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, but ẹ bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ńsìn. In fact, what made me decide to do this video is because I heard an American on TikTok to advise me, if you have a refugee status, if they call you for an interview, most likely they will pick you up from your interview location back down to your country. And it's not your country necessarily. If you're Nigerian, they'll drop you in Ghana. If you're from Kenya, they'll drop you in Mali. If you're from Haiti, they can drop you in New Mexico. That is what Donald Trump, I've never seen such a rogue government. So don't play. Prepare yourselves. Make arrangements to the extent that two friends, that have known each other for a long time, the mother of one of the friends decided to babysit for her friend and take care of the children. So some other of their friends also brought about 6 kids in that house. It was the white neighbor that called the immigration on them, that she has seen them now for about 3-4 days. They broke down into that house. And I think the last time I followed the story, 3 weeks later, they were still looking for the woman, in her 60s. And the children were put into foster care. The parents had to go through the system. Kò sí ibi tí ṣe ò sí. Lára àwọn nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ kí n dẹ́rẹ̀ ní ti Nàìjíríà nìyẹn, tó fi jẹ́ pé à ń láti máa ṣe kíní yẹn nípele méjì. Bá a ṣe ń bájọba sọ nǹkan tá fẹ́, làwa náà láti máa hold ara wa accountable, láti máa bá ara wa sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́ ká ṣe. Because kíní yẹn fi tó yẹ pé ó dojúrú, kò síbi tó fẹ́ gbé bàbá America ṣe jẹ́ land of justice, kíní kan of the law. Kò ń ṣe law and order là ń wò, kò ń ṣe movie o, this is real life. And in real life, is the baby down? Yeah, it's okay, I can talk. You want me to come? So that's the deal. Mokofe kamani agunla. No, don't be nonchalant. Don't say you don't care, you don't know. Just keep people in your prayers. And those that are affected, it is well. Because I've been in that position once. And Gatima Shewemi, Lara, Ekuntimo Sonseni to Shewe, Similon Fumi, Silon Nipeko Jo, Kuma Jakin Shankpak Pada Sibiti Motiwa. That's really hard. So, Ani Shokma Pada Sibitatiwa. It is well. Nigeria then right now, this is the wrong time to get deported, but Bolon to Shema Shishe. Talomba Sokwe Benire Yonwa. Atun Ajo yẹn tó. But kò tó ká para ẹni sí lórí. Kò tó rárá. Ó bá lọ́mọ mẹ́jọ kó fi wọ́n sí school kò kàn wọ́n. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ ló wà ní school kò ń ṣe wọ̀. So that was what was concerning for me. Tony, tó bá ní refugee status and they call you for an interview, most likely they want to deport you because they are doing it to Spanish, to Somali. Our Somalians actually have been given an ultimatum to evacuate, to deport themselves, or they'll be deported. That they were only given temporary stay because they had a war going on. They want them to go back to where they come from. So these days tí n bá ti ṣí social media tí mo ṣe TikTok tí mo kàn ní táwọn èèyàn rántí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu tapanlárí mo kàn máa ń gbé kúrò ń bẹ ni. Life should matter more than knowing what is going on in my neighbor's bedroom. Àwọn àgbàlagbà méjì tó ń jà tó ń fẹ́ra wọn tó ń bára wọn sùn ọkọ àti ìyàwó tí ò ṣe kíní kan a ti ń gbọ́ stories yẹn látọjọ́ ẹ̀. Use your time well. And another thing is a lady yesterday was saying pé ṣé bí lè ṣe máa ń rí lélẹ́yìí àwọn ọmọ ti lọ sí school àwọn ọmọ ti dàgbà so òun nìkan ló kù. No, wrong perception here. If you are in an advanced country, that is the time to go back to school. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí abiyamọ tó ń tọmọ lọ́wọ́ ó láwọn sacrifices kan àwọn dreams àwọn purpose kan tá ti máa ń gbàgbé nítorí pé a need láti mójútó àwọn ọmọ wa. Táwọn ọmọ wa bá ti ń dàgbà tán ti tójú wọn bọ́ ó tó time káwa náà padà ká lọ revisit gbogbo àwọn dreams that feel like the best of the artists in the world, the talented people in the world discover themselves after 50, 60. It's not the end of the world. You could be a writer, you could go back to school, you could start a business, you can expand an whole business. There are a lot of things tí yóò lè ṣe yàtọ̀ sí pé I'm home and bored. Kí ló ń jẹ́ bored? Mo yà àwọn tó kú láàárọ̀ etí òjì ni. Bored. Èmi ò kí ń bore. I never get bored. Mi ò kí ń bore rárá. I will always bó ṣe kí n tú wardrobe mi palẹ̀ kí n tú tòní. I never get bored. Just being alive. Let's go back to the drawing table. Let's go back to the basics. Just being alive. You can see the sun. Draw the hair in. And you know the difference between being crazy and being sane. You got to use those three factors well. But because we're comparing ourselves to our friends that are driving Benz and building, conquering the world in opulence, you think God has not been with you. Ingratitude too will cloud your judgment. Because gbogbo bí tó náwó sí ló máa ga jù ẹ́ lọ. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bí pẹlẹbẹ. Start small. Start small. It was gone are the days that you needed to go ilé kejì lọ́kàn lẹ́kùn kíní kan ẹ wá bá mi ṣe production tó ń fóònù ẹ má dira ẹ pamọ́lé sọ̀rọ̀ bí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yóò bá tèèyàn jẹ́. That sense of belonging, that servicing of your inner core is very important. Very important. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká kó gbogbo ẹ̀ léwó ilé àti church àti pastor àti ìmáàmù lọ́wọ́. Èwo la wá gangan fẹ́ ṣe fúnra wa. What are we going to do? Doesn't your pastor have his own problems? Or because perhaps he has a mega church, you think he doesn't? He has marital issues with his wife. He has upbringing issues with his children. He's a man. She is a woman. Stop putting everything on God when he's waiting for you to pick up your load and tell him what you want. Àwa tá ń gbàdúrà, tá ń try láti ṣe dáadáa, tá ń rìn straight, àti ìrìgbà ká má sọ pé wọ́n tó gbẹ́nu dákẹ́. Right now, I'm trying to look for ways to start selling online. I'm not the kind that will sit down and not have something to do. So I'm doing my network and trying to see baranda, or what do you call it? Yeah, somebody that has something that I can sell and advertise for them. And for what now? Being billionaire, I have to be able to earn a living because that is the work. You imagine your life without work, without the ability to earn. Woman gba ọ̀nà èèyàn, ó máa ń ṣe àdínkù lára èèyàn ni. Èmi ò kà yẹn láyé jíjẹ o. Mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ ti Davido àti Chioma o. Don't get me wrong, because you know the thing is when you are talking to poor people or average financed people, they're just not there yet. When you give an example, they never look at people on their level. They're always going to give you an example of somebody that is high up there. Chioma and Davido now are made. Then let's talk now. Be real. This is not movie. This is not a novel. This is real life I'm talking about. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So, do things within realistic premises. It's just an unfortunate time to be in America without your papers. So, may God guide you. It's a phase. May this blow over. Because if another government comes in, they'll be able to rectify things. But the thing is, Salomaku by that time. because gbogbo àwọn tí mò ń sọ, I keep repeating it on most of my podcasts, gbogbo àwọn tí Donald Trump ń lò right now, àwọn ọlọ́pàá tán ti rape, àwọn January 6ers, àwọn ọlọ́pàá tán ti murder, àwọn tó ti lò, gbogbo wọn ni Donald Trump ti forgive. Ó ti yọ orúkọ wọn kúrò ní public space, sex offender register, gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti clean records àwọn fired police officers, fired military officers. So they think they owe him their life. So wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ṣe gidi gan-an ni. Wọ́n fi ṣeré o. Ẹni bá ló mọ̀. The other time somebody was telling me how ọkọ jáde lọ ra nǹkan store ọmọ kékeré dání, ìyàwó wà nílé pẹ̀lú ọmọ méjì. Láti store yẹn náà ti gbé ọkọ yẹn. Ó ń láti máa purọ́ fún un pé òun mọ ibi tí ìyàwó ń wà, òun àti ìyàwó òun ti jà. So òun ò tiẹ̀ lè sọ ibi tó ń gbé. Òun end up ní Nàìjíríà bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ìyàwó ló wà níbi tó ń bò láṣìírí. Tó bá bá yàn kọjá tán bá pè jìra sí i, ó ti tán. Àwọn ọmọ ogun ò lè lọ school. Tó bá ti di pé tí ń affect education àwọn ọmọ táwọn ọmọ ti ń jókòó sílé tán lè lọ school. She will have to send those 2 kids back to their dad. Kó lè ráyè concentrate bóyá Ọlọ́run àti ẹ̀gbàdúrà ẹ̀. Because these days going, it's looking like if you get married here on the soil and you are trying to file, Ọlọ́run ló mọrú nǹkan tó máa gbé kò yàn lọ́nà. So it's as a foreigner that once was without her papers, I want you all that are in that same position, tẹ́tí gbàgbé yín sọ́wọ́, any reason láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yin Olúwa lógo láàárọ̀ yìí fún àsìkò tó gbé wa débí àti ọ̀nà tó ṣe tá fi rí ìwò wa gbà. I got mine through the abused women's shelter. Tẹ́ bá mọ̀ nǹkan tí yẹn mean. We paid the price for it, but it is easy láti gbàgbé. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ tí ìyá yín àti bàbá yín tó dẹ̀ provide citizenship and stuff and ways tẹ́ fi wà legal. This is the time and another reason to forgive and appreciate one another as a family for where you're at. Might not be the American dream for you, but it definitely is not an American nightmare. And may it never be that. I want to get nightmare from one more. I just can't mock down. I just can't learn mock. So, thank you, Jesus, for bringing me here at that time. Because if I'd come here at this time, because me léyàn bí tó lè bọ̀ mí láṣìírí tó yẹn, àbí kéèyàn lọ kó sábẹ́ ọkùnrin kan kó máa fi yà jẹyàn. So there's a lot to thank God for this morning. You gotta take eyes seriously and pray for those that are in that predicament. You gotta love you. You're here.